The rain pounded against the window of the small Brooklyn apartment like an unrelenting accusation. Emily Hartman stared out into the night, her reflection blurred by the streaks of water, but the memory was crystal clear. It had happened just hours ago, in the dim light of Sarah's living room, when a simple goodbye turned into something irreversible. Emily had known Sarah Thompson since freshman year at NYU, two wide-eyed girls from opposite coasts thrown together in a cramped dorm room. Sarah, with her effortless California charm and sun-kissed hair, had been the outgoing one dragging Emily to parties and protests. Emily, from a strict Midwestern family, was the quiet observer, burying herself in books and dreams of a stable life as a lawyer. They'd become inseparable, sharing secrets late into the night, but Emily had always pushed down the flutter in her chest whenever Sarah laughed too close or brushed her hand accidentally. Tonight, though, after a heated argument about Emily's upcoming engagement to her boyfriend of 3 years, Mark, a safe, predictable choice approved by her parents, the dam broke. "You're throwing your life away on someone you don't even love," Sarah had snapped, her eyes flashing with something deeper than friendship. Emily, defensive and cornered, had leaned in to retort, but instead, their lips met in a kiss that tasted of desperation and truth. It lasted only a moment, but it unraveled everything. Pulling back, Emily's heart raced as Sarah's face crumpled in shock. What?" Sarah whispered, but Emily bolted, grabbing her coat and fleeing into the storm. Now alone in her apartment, Emily paced the floor, her phone buzzing with unread texts from Mark and her mother. How could she explain this? Her family, devout Christians from Ohio, had drilled into her that love was between a man and a woman, a path to marriage and children. Deviation meant damnation or at least disownment. She'd seen it happen to her cousin years ago, cut off like a diseased branch. But the kiss lingered, a spark that ignited questions she'd buried deep. Was this why her relationship with Mark felt like a performance? Why Sarah's presence made the world feel alive? Emily sank onto the couch, hugging her knees. She couldn't deny the pull anymore, but admitting it meant risking everything. Her family's love, her social circle, her carefully constructed future. The next morning, Emily avoided Sarah's calls, throwing herself into work at the law firm where she interned. The office buzzed with the usual chaos, partners barking orders, paralegals shuffling papers, but Emily's mind was elsewhere. During lunch, she scrolled through old photos on her phone. Her and Sarah at pride parades as allies, laughing arm in arm. Allies? What a joke. Mark picked her up after work, his smile as reliable as ever. "Rough day?" he asked, kissing her cheek. Emily forced a nod, but inside guilt churned. Mark was kind, ambitious, everything her parents adored. They'd met at church group in college, and the proposal had been a foregone conclusion. But now every touch felt wrong. That evening, Emily's mother called. "Honey, we're so excited about the wedding planning. Have you thought about the venue? Your father insists on the family church back home." Emily murmured agreements, her voice hollow. Hanging up, she felt the walls closing in. She needed to talk to someone, but who? Her friends were mutual with Sarah's, and confessing would spread like wildfire. Desperate, Emily texted Sarah. "We need to talk." The reply came instantly. "My place now." Heart-pounding, Emily hailed a cab. As she arrived, Sarah opened the door, her eyes red-rimmed. "What the hell was that, Em?" Sarah demanded, pulling her inside. They sat on the couch, the same one from last night, tension thick in the air. "I don't know," Emily admitted, her voice breaking, but it felt real. Sarah's expression softened, and she reached for Emily's hand. "I felt it for years. But you're engaged. What about Mark? Your family?" The words hung heavy. Emily pulled away. "I can't just throw it all away. My parents would never forgive me." Sarah's face hardened. "So you'll live a lie? For them?" The argument escalated, voices rising. Emily stormed out again, but this time doubt seated deeper. Back home, she stared at her engagement ring, twisting it off and on. The choice loomed. Confront her feelings or bury them forever. Little did she know, Sarah was already making her own decision, one that would force Emily's hand. Over the next few days, avoidance became routine. Emily threw herself into wedding preparations, meeting with florists and dress shopping with her sister via video call. But every decision felt tainted. At night, dreams of Sarah haunted her, waking her in sweats. Then the bomb dropped. Mark confronted her in their shared apartment, holding her phone. "Who's been texting you nonstop? And why do you look guilty every time it buzzes?" Emily froze. It was Sarah pleading for another talk. "It's nothing," she lied, but Mark's eyes narrowed. "Tell me the truth, Em." Under pressure, Emily cracked partially. "Sarah and I had a fight. That's all." Mark relaxed slightly, but suspicion lingered. That night, as they lay in bed, he proposed moving up the wedding date. "Let's make it official sooner. Show everyone we're committed." Emily agreed weakly, but inside panic surged. Meanwhile, Sarah confided in a mutual friend, Jamie, who was openly gay and supportive. "I can't keep this secret," Sarah said over coffee. Jamie urged caution. "Emily's not ready. Pushing her could backfire." But Sarah, hurt and impulsive, decided otherwise. The confrontation came at a group dinner. Sarah arrived late, her gaze locking on Emily across the table. As dessert arrived, Sarah stood. "I need to say something." The room fell silent. "Emily and we kissed. And it meant something." Gasps echoed. Mark's face drained of color. Emily's world tilted. "Sarah, no," she cried, but the damage was done. Mark stormed out, friends whispering. Emily chased him, but he drove off without a word. Alone on the street, Emily turned to Sarah, fury blazing. "Why? You betrayed me." Sarah's eyes filled with tears. "Because I love you. And you were going to marry him anyway." The night ended in chaos, Emily retreating to a hotel. Calls from her family flooded in, word had spread fast. Her mother's voice was ice. "Is this true? Have you lost your mind?" Emily hung up, sobbing. The price of truth was steep, and she'd paid it unwillingly. As dawn broke, Emily realized this was just the beginning. Choices loomed, each with its own cost. Emily spent the next week in a haze, crashing on Jamie's couch while avoiding everyone. Mark had packed his things and left a note. "I need time. This hurts too much." Her phone was a minefield of messages. Sympathetic from some friends, judgmental from others. Her sister texted, "Mom and Dad are devastated. They're talking about cutting you off." The isolation gnawed at her. Emily wandered Central Park, watching couples hand in hand, wondering if she'd ever have that without shame. Flashbacks to her childhood hit hard. Sunday school lessons on sin, her father's stern lectures about family values. "We don't tolerate that lifestyle," he'd said once, referring to a neighbor's gay son. Desperate for clarity, Emily scheduled a therapy session. The counselor, a kind woman named Dr. Reyes, listened without judgment. "This is about your identity, Emily. Not just Sarah. What do you want?" Emily faltered. "I want to be happy, but not at the cost of my family." Dr. Reyes nodded. "Sometimes happiness requires sacrifice. But denial has its own price." Leaving the session, Emily felt a flicker of resolve. She needed to face Sarah. They met at a quiet cafe in the Village, the heart of New York's LGBTQ scene. Sarah looked exhausted, shadows under her eyes. "I'm sorry for outing you," she began. "I was scared you'd choose him." Emily sighed. "You forced my hand. Now everything's ruined." But as they talked, walls crumbled. Sarah shared her own story. Coming out in high school, losing friends but gaining freedom. "It was worth it," she said. Emily envied that certainty. Tentatively, they held hands under the table. "What now?" Emily asked. Sarah squeezed. "We take it slow. But you have to decide if this is what you want." Back at Jamie's, Emily called her parents. Her father answered, voice thunderous. "This is a phase. Come home, we'll get you help." Emily's heart broke. "It's not a phase, Dad. I love her." Silence then. "Don't come home. You're no daughter of mine." The line went dead. Emily collapsed, sobs racking her body. The rejection stung like acid, eroding her sense of self. Jamie comforted her. "Family isn't always blood. You'll build your own." But the pain lingered. At work, whispers followed her. A colleague pulled her aside. "Is it true? About you and that girl?" Emily nodded defiantly, but inside she crumbled. Her boss, conservative, reassigned her cases, citing distractions. Mark finally called. "We need to talk." They met in a park, the air crisp with fall. "I loved you, Em. But this. I can't compete with that." Tears fell as they returned the ring. "Be happy," he said, walking away. Emily watched him go, a chapter closing. Emboldened, she reached out to Sarah. "I'm in. But I'm scared." Their first real date was simple. A walk along the Hudson, sharing dreams. Sarah's kiss was gentle, affirming. For the first time, Emily felt seen. Yet shadows loomed. Sarah's family, liberal Californians, welcomed the news, but Emily's isolation deepened. She joined a support group for LGBTQ individuals from religious backgrounds, hearing stories of disownment and reconciliation. One woman shared, "It took years, but my parents came around." Hope sparked. Then betrayal struck again. A friend from college loyal to Mark posted online, "Heartbroken for my buddy. Cheated on with her best friend." Comments poured in, some vicious. "Disgusting. She deserves to be alone." Emily's social media exploded, strangers hurling slurs. Sarah rallied, posting in defense. "Love is love. Back off." But the backlash hit hard. Sarah's job at a marketing firm suffered. Clients pulled out, citing controversy. "This is my fault," Emily said, guilt-ridden. Sarah shook her head. "No, it's society's. We'll fight it." They attended their first Pride event as a couple, surrounded by rainbows and cheers. But amid the joy, Emily spotted a familiar face. Her cousin, the one disowned years ago. They hugged, sharing tears. "It gets better," he whispered. "But you have to choose yourself." Inspired, Emily applied for a new job at a progressive law firm specializing in LGBTQ rights. The interview went well, but doubts crept in. Was she ready to redefine her career around this? Tensions peaked when Emily's mother showed up unannounced at Jamie's door. "We need to talk," she said, eyes pleading. Inside, the confrontation was raw. "How could you do this to us?" her mother cried. Emily stood firm. "This is who I am. Accept it or not." Her mother left in tears, promising to think. Emily felt a mix of relief and sorrow. The price of authenticity was loneliness, but glimmers of light appeared. As weeks passed, their relationship deepened. Late nights talking about futures, but cracks formed. Sarah pushed for public commitment. "Move in with me." Emily hesitated. "What if my family comes around? I can't burn that bridge." Arguments ensued. "You're still ashamed," Sarah accused. Emily denied it, but deep down fear ruled. One night after a fight, Sarah stormed out. Emily worried she'd lost her. Reconciliation came with apologies. "I need time," Emily said. Sarah agreed, but the strain showed. Then a turning point. Emily's father emailed, "Your mother misses you. Come home for Thanksgiving." No judgments. Hope surged. But Sarah was wary. "It's a trap. They'll try to convert you." Emily decided to go alone, a test of wills. The flight to Ohio was turbulent, mirroring her emotions. The Hartman family home loomed like a judgment hall. Its white picket fence a facade of normalcy. Emily's knock echoed, her stomach in knots. Her mother opened the door, pulling her into a stiff hug. "We've missed you," she said, voice trembling. Inside, the air was thick with unspoken words. Her father sat in his armchair, Bible on the table. "Sit," he commanded. Dinner was silent at first, then the questions came. "Is this thing with Sarah serious?" her mother asked. Emily nodded. "I love her." Her father snorted. "Love? That's not love. It's confusion." The argument ignited. "God doesn't make mistakes," Emily countered, echoing therapy sessions. "But people do, in interpreting his word." Her sister, neutral until now, chimed in. "It's tearing the family apart." Emily felt the weight. "I'm not choosing this to hurt you. It's who I am." That night, in her childhood room, posters of pop stars mocked her. Sleep evaded her as memories flooded. Hiding crushes on girls, pretending interest in boys. Morning brought more tension. Her father pulled her aside. "We've found a counselor. Christian therapy. It'll help." Emily refused. "I'm not broken." The rejection stung both ways. As she left, her mother whispered, "I love you, but I can't support this." The door closed, perhaps forever. Back in New York, Sarah waited anxiously. How was it? Emily broke down. "They want to fix me." Sarah held her. "You're perfect as you are." But the visit planted seeds of doubt. Emily withdrew, questioning if the pain was worth it. Work at the new firm helped. Advocating for others in similar plights empowered her. She won her first case, defending a trans teen from discriminatory parents. The victory was bittersweet, mirroring her own struggle. Social pressures mounted. At a party, old friends shunned them. "I can't believe you chose this," one said. Sarah snapped back, but Emily internalized it. "Maybe they're right," she confided later. Sarah's patience frayed. "If you're not all in, what's the point?" The fight escalated to ultimatums. "Choose me or your old life." Emily, torn, walked out. Alone, she reflected on the costs. Lost family, friends, stability. But with Sarah, she felt alive. Was that enough? Reaching out to her cousin again, he advised. "Reconciliation takes time. But don't sacrifice your truth." Inspired, Emily planned a surprise for Sarah. A public declaration. They met at their favorite spot, the Brooklyn Bridge. "I'm sorry," Emily said. "I'm choosing us." They kissed under the stars, but fate intervened. Emily's phone rang, her mother. "Your father's had a heart attack. Come home." Rushing to Ohio, Emily found her family in crisis. At the hospital, her father looked frail. "I was wrong," he whispered. "Life's too short for hate." Tears flowed as they reconciled tentatively. But Sarah felt sidelined. "You went without me." Resentment built. Back in New York, Sarah confessed, "I kissed someone else while you were gone. I was lonely." The betrayal hit like a truck. "How could you?" Emily screamed. Sarah sobbed. "I thought we were over." Trust shattered, Emily moved out, crashing with Jamie again. The cycle of pain repeated. Friends took sides, deepening divides. Months passed in therapy. Dr. Reyes helped unpack the layers. Internalized homophobia, fear of abandonment. Emily journaled, processing the Malthuan Dao Duk. Was loving Sarah wrong if it hurt so many? Slowly she rebuilt. New friends in the community supported her. She volunteered at LGBTQ centers, finding purpose. Sarah reached out sporadically, apologies laced with longing. Emily resisted, focusing on self. Then, a mutual friend's wedding forced a reunion. Seeing Sarah across the room, elegant and broken, stirred old feelings. They talked outside. "I messed up," Sarah admitted. "But I never stopped loving you." Emily hesitated. Love isn't enough without trust. Yet the pull was strong. As the night ended, they shared a dance, tentative steps toward healing. But doubts lingered. Was forgiveness possible? Highs and lows followed. They dated cautiously, setting boundaries. Emily's family progressed. Her mother visited, meeting Sarah awkwardly. "She's nice," she conceded. But society struck back. A conservative client at work sued, claiming bias. The firm stood by her, but stress mounted. In a moment of weakness, Emily confided in Mark, now a friend. "Did I make the right choice?" He smiled sadly. "Only you know." The climax built when Emily's father called. "We're coming to New York. We want to meet her properly." Excitement mixed with fear. The dinner was tense but breakthrough. Her father apologized. "I was scared. But seeing you happy, that's what matters." Hugs followed, bridges mending. Yet with Sarah, cracks persisted. An argument over future, kids' marriage revealed differences. Sarah wanted it all. Emily feared more rejection. The strain culminated in a blowout. "If you can't commit fully, maybe we shouldn't," Sarah said, packing a bag. Emily watched her go, heart shattering anew. In the void, Emily threw herself into activism. She organized rallies against anti-LGBTQ bills, her voice growing stronger. Media attention followed, interviews highlighting her story. "Coming out cost me everything," she shared. "But it gave me myself." Support poured in, but loneliness echoed. Friends urged reconciliation. "You two are meant to be." Emily wavered. Sarah, meanwhile, dated casually, but nothing stuck. She volunteered too, their paths crossing at events. Stolen glances fueled tension. A pivotal moment came at a protest. Amid chants, they locked eyes. After over coffee, truth spilled. "I can't live without you," Sarah said. Emily nodded. "But we need to fix us." They sought couples therapy, unpacking betrayals and fears. "Trust is earned," the therapist said. Slowly they rebuilt, moving in together. Family integration progressed. Emily's parents attended Pride with them, awkward but earnest. "We're learning," her father said. But external forces tested them. A homophobic attack on a friend shook Emily. "Is this worth the danger?" she questioned. Sarah held firm. Hiding isn't living. Moral dilemmas arose. Emily's firm offered a case defending a religious group against LGBTQ rights. She declined, risking promotion. Integrity over ambition, she decided. Sarah faced her own choice. A job offer in LA. "It could advance my career," she said. Emily panicked. "What about us?" The decision loomed, echoing early conflicts. Sarah turned it down. "You're my priority." The sacrifice deepened their bond. As years blurred, they planned a commitment ceremony. Invites went out, including to skeptics. Mark attended, offering congratulations. "You look happy," he said. The day was perfect, vows exchanged under a canopy, tears of joy. Emily's family clapped, a full circle. But post-honeymoon reality bit. Emily's mother fell ill, requiring care in Ohio. "I have to go," Emily said. Sarah understood, but distance strained. Weekly flights exhausted them. Doubts resurfaced. "Are we strong enough?" Emily asked during a call. A surprise visit from Sarah turned the tide. She helped with care, winning over Emily's parents further. "She's family now," her mother said. Returning to New York, they discussed adoption. Society's gaze weighed heavy. Judgments on same-sex parents. "We'll fight for it," Sarah vowed. Challenges mounted. Fertility treatments failed. Adoption agencies discriminated. Heartbreak after heartbreak. In a low moment, Emily snapped. "Maybe this isn't meant to be." Sarah comforted. "We'll find a way." They pivoted to fostering, welcoming a teen girl, Mia, from a similar background. The responsibility bonded them, but Mia's traumas triggered Emily's own. One night, Mia ran away scared. Searching frantically, they found her. "I don't want to hurt you like I hurt my family," Mia said. Emily hugged her. "Love heals." The experience awakened them. They adopted Mia legally, a family forged in fire. Yet not all was resolved. Old friends betrayed again, leaking private stories to tabloids. Lesbian couples drama exposed. The invasion hurt, but they sued and won, turning pain to advocacy. As time passed, Emily reflected on the journey. Losses, gains, the endless dance of choice and consequence. In quiet moments, she wondered if the path was right. But seeing Sarah and Mia laugh, doubt faded. Life settled into a rhythm, but drama never fully faded. Mia's biological family resurfaced, contesting the adoption. Court battles ensued, dredging up Emily's past rejections. "We can't lose her," Sarah pleaded. Emily fought fiercely in court, drawing on her legal skills. Witnesses testified to their loving home. The judge ruled in their favor, but the stress took a toll. Sarah withdrew, haunted by her own abandonment issues from childhood. Therapy helped, but a bigger crisis loomed. Emily's firm faced a scandal. A partner outed as homophobic, firing LGBTQ staff subtly. Emily exposed it, whistleblowing. Retaliation followed. Blacklisted, jobless. Panic set in. How will we provide? Emily fretted. Sarah supported. "We'll manage. I believe in you." She started her own practice, focusing on underserved communities. Clients trickled in, building slowly. The sacrifice paid off, earning respect. Socially, they navigated Mia's school issues, bullying over two moms. Confronting the principal, they advocated for change, starting anti-bullying programs. Personal growth continued. Emily reconciled fully with her parents, hosting holidays. "You've taught us so much," her father admitted. But Sarah harbored a secret. Health scares. Tests revealed a lump, benign, but the fear exposed vulnerabilities. "I can't lose you," Emily said, roles reversing. The ordeal strengthened them, leading to renewed vows. In a small ceremony, they recommitted, Mia as witness. As Mia grew, teen rebellions hit. "Why can't I have a normal family?" she yelled once. Emily's heart ached, echoing her own past. Patient talks mended it. Years later, Mia came out as bi, testing their acceptance. They embraced her full circle. Reflecting, Emily wrote a memoir, sharing the raw truth. The kisses that started it, betrayals endured, choices made. It became a bestseller, sparking debates on love, family, society. Interviews followed. Was it worth it? Hosts asked. Emily smiled. Every scar. But privately, doubts lingered in quiet nights. Had she hurt too many? Was happiness selfish? Sarah reassured. We built something beautiful from the ashes. Their story inspired others, but Emily knew the cost. Lost relationships, battles fought, souls mended. In the end, as they watched Mia graduate, pride swelled. The journey, fraught with tension and awakening, defined them. Yet, one question remained. In pursuing personal truth, do we owe it to others to minimize the collateral damage? Or is self-fulfillment always justified regardless of the pain it causes?